Hi, I'm a Blisy.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to RNG abuse Solgaleo or Lunala in Pokemon Sun and Moon. This method works for both of them, so you can just kind of follow whichever one you're doing. Like I'm doing Lunala, but this absolutely works for Solgaleo. You're going to need a few things. In-game, you're just going to need to be saved right in front of the Legendary, and if you want a Synchronizer, you can use a Synchronizer. Although I've heard it potentially messes it up, so I'm not going to be using one. Out of game, you're going to need Eon Timer. That's the program in the lower right-hand corner with the Glaceon in it. And you're also going to need this tool, the Sun and Moon Encounter RNG tool. All links to all these programs will be in the description, of course. So once you're in the Sun and Moon Encounter RNG tool, you're going to go to the Toolkit tab, and you're going to take a look at these clocks. Make sure it's checked off at end position. These clocks are the save spinners. They load over your character's portrait before it appears on the save file select. So I'll give you an example. And you just want to match it up with whichever one you think is correct. We're going to do this about 8 times. It's just kind of a calibration thing. You have to do this every time you're going for the RNG in this game. It can be a bit difficult to figure out where it is, like where it's ending, because it goes kind of quickly. But the thing is, you can record it. You can record it and play it back, because the RNG does just not advance while you're on this screen right here. So it's not a big deal. And this takes about 8 goes. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It gave me a seed, as you can see, but I'm going to go one more to be sure everything is correct. So I did get everything right. That confirms it. So I'm going to go back into target search, and what you're going to do here is, first of all, make sure you're on the correct game. Of course, I'm on Moon. Then second of all, you're gonna do this drop-down menu, and you're gonna click the Pokemon you're doing. So I'm doing Lunala. Then you're gonna change down here in RNG info. I'm actually gonna get this all the way up here, and just leave it on this screen right here in your game. But I'm gonna move this up here for now, just temporarily. Then change this to 50,000 from 5,000. Check both of these off, make sure they're checked, and go here and click Safe F only. Then you're going to select which natures you want. I want Modest or Timid. I think they're both good on this Pokemon. And I want 5 perfect IVs, although that might not be the easiest thing to get. Now, there's something you need to take note. For number of NPCs, it sets this automatically, right? Now, most cases it is 6 for Solgaleo or Lunala. Like every Pokemon you change, it will set. Like if I click Tapu Bulu, it'll change to 0. But I'm going to check off. Like it automatically fills it in. But there is something in particular with Lunala and Solgaleo. It's either 2 or 6. Now, the way you test this out is you're going to do the whole, leave it at 6 first, do the whole process, and if you miss your frame and it tells you you're like 1,000 or like 800 frames off, that means you have 2 NPCs. So I know for a fact I have 2 NPCs, and I'll explain a bit more of that later, but we'll just continue from there. So once you've set all your parameters, you can just click the search button. And, for some reason, the natures didn't go. Well, we can see if there's any good natures here, I guess. And what you're going to look for is stuff that's a lot in a row. You want, like there's only one Modest here. I don't want that. You would want, like, all of these Hasties, like, directly in a row. These are not all in a row. This goes 9. It's just, it's these 4 in a row. Like, that's not the greatest, you know. So we're not gonna want that really. So as you can see, there's not too many great 5 IV options. So what we're gonna do is we're going to drop it down to 4 IVs, and we're gonna actually select our natures because I don't know how I forgot. And then we're gonna hit search, see what we can get. Like I said, you want a lot in a row. So it would be difficult to miss your frame. 79, like these 3 are in a row, these 3 are in a row, but it's just nothing great, you know. These 3 are in a row right here. I'm trying to find something good, but it's just not kind of coming up on this seed. I don't have anything like too many directly in a row. I want something at least 5 in a row, because this can be a bit difficult to nail right away. 3. So it might take me a quick sec. Oh, this one looks good actually. What are you? 1. You are 4 in a row. So is this one. That one has. This one's way better though. Alright, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go for a 4 in a row, which is kind of crappy, but you know, it gives me an example of to teach you what to do when you inevitably miss. Alright, so since there's 4 in a row, normally I'd like to pick the middle one, but I'm just gonna pick this one. Set as target frame. You right click it, then you go up to here and you hit calc, and it tells you what to set Eon Timer as 5134. So I'm going to minimize this for you guys, and we're going to go back into Eon Timer and we're going to type 5134. Now the pre-timer is something in the Eon Timer that kind of varies from game system to game system. Both of my new 3DSs, it's 2500. That works perfectly well. But on my 2DS, it kind of changes a lot. I think 3500 is a good starting point for 2DS and old 3DSs. That's all I have to say about that. The pre-timer should basically be how long it takes the game world to appear. So what you do now is once you have this target frame set up, hit start in Eon Timer and A on your DS at the same time. And now you simply wait the 80 seconds that it's going to tell you to wait. So I'm going to pause the video for me, and I'll be back when the timer is much lower. Okay, as you can see, 5 seconds left. We just want to hit A as the EonTimer hits 0. Cutscene will play out. And now you just have to catch the Lunala and hope you hit your frame correctly. So I recommend, I'm using a Master Ball because I'm a lazy person, but I just think, I don't have there's no way I can catch this thing. Like, my highest level is this pre-marina at 49. This would be a pain. I never noticed lilies in the background during this fight. That's interesting. So we're gonna check. So luckily, even though my party is full, you can actually view the summary still, which is super sick. Love that. I'm not gonna nickname it for expedience, so I can expedite the process. Although any decent human names this thing Nevi. No. Alright, see Lunala summary. Let's check what we got. So expect the first few tries to miss, so it's careful. Of course I missed. What you're going to do is open up the Sun and Moon Encounter RNG tool again, and you're going to click using stats, right? And then you're going to just type in your stats here. So 232, 10, 146, 19, 154, 136, and 128. Okay, and then we're going to check off the nature we got. I got a careful nature, so I'm going to add that into here. And I'm going to hit search. Alright. So, I think this is pretty good. Well, so as you can see, I was very, very few frames away. I was either +2, 3, or 4. It's impossible to tell which one you were. I typically assume I'm the middle ground one, just because I don't want to end up adjusting it too much. So what you do in this case, normally, I'm not going to adjust this because I think +4 frames is very, very, very close. So what you do is you're going to open up a calculator. Like, let's say this was +15, right? Now, if this plus right here, by the way, if this is like +800, if it's some insanely large number, I think it would actually be minus. You'd be way too many frames early. Yeah. If this was like -800 frames or like -1000 frames, and you were on 6 NPCs, that just means you only have 2 NPCs, not 6. And that's actually a blessing because 2 NPCs is much easier to deal with because it advances slower and it's easier to hit your target frame. So if this is like -1000 or whatever, just make this NPC 2 instead of 6. But always start with 6 because I believe the common one is 6. So what you do is you open up a calculator, and let me see if I can drop this calculator on your screen here. Okay, so what you do is, that means you're 3 frames positive, so that means what you're going to do is do 3 divided by 30, because it's 30 frames per second that the frames advance, and that's 0.1, and then you divide that by 2. So that means you subtract 0.05 from your, you subtract the number you get from this. So you're dividing it by 2 because there's 2 NPCs, and that doubles the frame advancement, basically. That's how you calculate it. So now we know it isn't, we just got to try again. So I'm going to restart, soft reset, that works fine, close my calculator, move the Sun and Moon Encounter RNG tool a little bit down here, and all we do is we go back to the Toolkit tab, we hit clear, and we try again. What I will do is, I will go again with you guys, just kind of give you one more, situation to deal with, so you guys can see it pretty well. Let me adjust this for myself. Just to get a good feel for these spinners anyway. I think that was this one pretty clearly. That could have been the one after it. Is this? Like I said, it takes about 8 tries. Does this? And we got one more. It's probably gonna be not. I feel like this is all wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like I'm gonna go one more. It's gonna get not found. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna watch the video for this one really quick to figure out where I went wrong. Okay, so I found my mistake. It was actually just the very first one. I clicked this. I clicked this one instead of this one. So once again, you just kind of leave it on the continue screen, and I'm going to make this like in the middle again, and we're going to go back to target search. We're going to click using IVs, and we're going to fill out our initial parameters again, just as before, safe F only again, and you click search. And I have careful in there. Oh wow, we have a pretty good timid spread right here. These are all these are 6 in a row. That's pretty good. Man, I was hoping these were part of it too, but it's not. That's okay. We can keep going. This is, what are you? You're another 6 in a row, which is pretty sick. This one is. Are you all the same? No, you're not. This is again 6 in a row. That's pretty nice. There's a lot of careful right there. Modest. And these are pretty long waits at this point, to be honest with you. I'm going to scroll back to one of the earlier ones. I think I have a decent shot of getting one of these 6s in a row, to be honest. So you are, what, 5 in a row? No, you're 6. This one is 6 in a row, right at the start. 31 in special attack and speed. That's mostly what I care about. So we'll go for this one. Set target frame, because I was 4 late last time, so I want to give myself 4, at most 4 late last time, so I want to give myself 4 frames of leeway. So we'll do that. So we want to. Actually, we'll do, because if it's all of these, we will do this one. So I'm going to right click, set as target frame, then I'm going to calculate. It's going to tell me what to set my Eon timer as, so that is 11:42. And then you're going to just, I'm going to close this off really quick. Then we're going to hit A on our game and Eon timer start at the same time. And this is only a 20-second wait, so that's fine. I just kind of wait here and talk it up with you guys. Like I said, you want to mostly search for larger frame clusters like that because it's just easier to get what you want. And then you hit A, and hopefully we get our Pokemon this time. This will be a pretty good Lunala. I'd only need 1 bottle cap for it realistically. This would be a pretty good Scarf or Spec set, although I believe Lunala is typically running a Modest Nature right now in Smogon Ubers, and it has no place in the Nintendo metagame as of right now. Although I imagine towards the end of Gen 7, just as they did with Gen 6, they will do an Ubers metagame. Although I'm not sure how good Lunala would be in it. If they allow all Ubers again, probably Kyogre and Groudon will be the most good. But we'll see. No nickname. I hate that this this whole Pokedex thing has to happen every time, because I just want to see if I got the correct Pokemon. No nickname. And let's check your summary. I feel pretty good about this one, but we'll see. I felt like I might have been early. Some lax. We're just going to do the same search again. Sucks that I didn't get it, but, you know, that's fine. We're going to click using stats, and we're going to check the nature. No, uncheck careful this time. Alright, we're going to type our stats in. 219, 139, 130, 72, 5, 27, and we're going to click search. Alright, so we were, I was a bit early. We were 6 or 7 frames early. Makes sense again. I felt my button press was early on that one. Again, I'm personally not going to adjust it. Yeah, I'm not going to adjust it again, but you could choose to. So the easy way to remember the calculations is I would do 6 divided by 30. Then I have 2 NPCs, so I would divide it again by, I'll just do it on a calculator with you guys. Okay, let me pop up my calculator here. Boop. Alright, so the easy way to remember this is 6 divided by 30, because we would be doing the 6, right? And that's this number. Then you divide this number by how many NPCs you got chilling over here. I have 2, so I divide this again by 2. And that's 0.1. But if you had 6, you would divide it by 6. Now, this 0.1, how do we know whether to add or to subtract it to our pre-timer? If it's minus in the shift here, then you add it. If it's plus in the shift, then you subtract it from the pre-timer. It's very simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a good seed off screen, and you guys are going to get that attempt. So see you guys when I got a good seed. All right, I'm at 5 seconds left, so hopefully I get this one. All right, that one felt a bit late, but we'll see. So I just got to catch this Lunala and check everything out. I want this whole process recorded just so you guys can see kind of where I'm at with the catching it and whatnot. I feel confident about this one as well, to be honest. I had a pretty good wide. I had 7 or 6 maybe again frames. I think I had 6, not 7. Alright. Please be timid, friend. Oh, it's timid. That's pretty good. Alright. And let's check out what its stats would be. Let's see what frame I'll hit. Alright, so I'm going to type in to the Sun Moon Encounter RNG tool all of these stats here. 230, 31, 114, 172, 139, 140. 140 feels good. And we'll search. Yep, so I hit my frame spread. As you can see, this was the ones I was aiming for. If we go back to here, and we hit search, the one I was going for was right here. So that's pretty cool. So as you can see, this is a 4 perfect stat Luna. Oh, sorry, you guys didn't even see. This is what I was hitting, and then I hear the stats in the search spread, and if I hit search, as you can see, it's one of these. So that's pretty cool. I was aiming for this one, obviously, but we don't know which one of the few I hit. So yeah, as you can see, it's a 4 perfect stat Lunala, max speed, special defense, special attack, and attack. And I will have to hyper train these 2 stats up, but that's not a bad deal. So I hope you guys can use this to get a pretty good Lunala for yourself. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next tutorial. Hope this helped.